July 2023. That is advertisement number 13. This, my lords, will find the date in the counter. This has been mentioned at page 1 number 169 of additional documents that this advertisement is dated 19th of July. In the interregnum, my lords, when these writs had been filed, counter had been filed by the state of Jharkhand, the advertisement came to be issued. What I'm laboring now to point out is, between the judgment of the High Court and the amendment made subsequently to the advertisement, the state of Jharkhand had itself carried out at least 6 or 7 amendments to the advertisement, extending the time for filing an application, extending the age limits and other concessions to that same advertisement. So, my lords, the extension which was granted after the judgment of the High Court was not the first extension for the purpose of filing of the applications. So, on that aspect where it has been stated, so my lords, please, there is a small series here. If I may just quickly run this.
Is not much relevance.
My lords,
we are asking only one question.
Please, my lords.
Please apprise us on the facts of the case.
I am.
That as per clause 10
yes.
of NCT guidelines,
yes,
when the exemption can be granted, and this procedure has been adopted. And in fact, this was a work of the state government. The state government was not in a position to discharge this onus.
Please, my lord.
We have already heard Mr. Maninder Singh as well as Guru Krishnamurti. Even
so,
you are one of the, you were the petitioners before the High Court. So therefore, we are hearing you. So your contention may be hardly whatever you have said and how far it can be done. That is all. We can understand.
My lords, then can I just break this submission up into 3 points, answering the first query that my lords have put to me first, and I cannot put it beyond
Even
that.
whatever you want
yes.
to do it, we
so my lords,
have already given you half an hour.
My lords, I will stick to the timeline that my lord.
We have already spent.
My lords, I will try.
We have given today, otherwise you would have...
My lords, please, I would submit this, that it is within the power of the state of Jharkhand to amend its rules to bring in ctet as one of the qualifications. As of today, there is an amendment. The rules have been amended, which have been amended as on January 2024.
29 January.
29th of January, I'm grateful. Once the rule has been amended and the said rule is not a subject matter of a challenge, it definitely cannot be challenged by way of a side wing by filing an IA in this particular petition. For the purpose of challenge, the necessary process has to be followed. That has not been done. Once the rule occupies the field today, unless and until that rule is set aside by a court, my lords, this will be my submission. My lords, that rule today operates. I come to the second limb. There is no challenge, so the rule does operate, and the rule recognizes ctet as one of the minimum qualifications. Number 2. The rule is under Article 309. Again, this is my first submission. My lords, my second submission to my lords is the submission that the rules of the game have been changed after the game has begun. Because if there is an occupied field and there is a legislation or a rule today that prescribes ctet as a qualification, I will place before my lords the material to show that it cannot be said that given the advertisement of 19th of July 2023 or that the rules of the game have been changed or it has inured to the prejudice of the other party, to the petitioners here. And I submit this for a reason that by a line of judgments my lords have held that the commencement of a process would have happened if the exam had commenced or the parties had participated in an examination. Here, on 19th of July, when the writ petitions were already pending before the High Court, only an advertisement was issued. First of all, there was a pendency of the writ petitions. My lords, my second submission is that while an advertisement was issued on 19th of July 2023, pending 4 writ petitions on the issue, the state itself chose to make at least 6 amendments, whether it was an amendment to the age. Yes, my lords, I have given out a list also to accommodate various persons, which is set in this particular note. Now, and the state also extended the time prior to the judgment of the High Court for as being the last date for submitting of applications. And this is until the judgment of the High Court. So the state...
Not like that. The time was extended.
Please,
that is after the judgment of the High Court.
No, my lords, it had been extended even before. This is here. My lords, it is here. I have put the number of notifications. Yes, my lord. Yes, my lords. My lords may turn to bottom of the page, the first amendment, age relaxation. Then, my lords, name change. Then, my lords, please turn to serial number D. Serial number D on the page number 2.
Yes, serial number D.
Yes, my lords, extension 1. 8th August 2023, before the judgment of the High Court, online form submission deadline was extended to a new period from 16/8 to 15/9. Then, my lords, the next extension, my lords, will find at serial number F. This date 6/10, which was the last date given previously.
It's not relevant for us. We are only concerned only on the point of ctet educational qualification.
My lords, so I would...
Please, madam, please refer that.
My lords, I am on that aspect. I say...
Come on that.
So...
When it was extended.
Yes.
What is this writ petition 4049 of 23?
My lords, that is...
Not mentioned in the list. Because this is in reference to some writ petition.
My lords, these are those para teachers. That is that writ petition. That is where that order came. It was shown yesterday. So we just put it there for the purpose of completeness. No, my lords, just give me a time to formulate this particular issue. I'll leave it at that. My lords, my submission is this.
We are saying directly come on the point.
My lords, I'm answering that point.
Request is this.
My lords, my submission is this. When only an advertisement is issued and pre the judgment of the High Court, there has been extensions granted to that particular deadline for submitting an application form. After the judgment of the High Court comes, there is an extension that is then granted for the purpose of submitting the application forms. So everybody who comes into the zone of consideration with that extension of time that is being granted and apropos to that particular amendment that is carried out to the rule is eligible to participate in this teacher's appointment exam. My lords, having said that, once the rule is in place, extension having been granted of the deadline on which an application has to be submitted, we are eligible now to submit our applications to participate in the teacher eligibility exam, because by virtue of an amendment to the rule, ctet has become one of the minimum qualifications or eligibility criteria to participate. But having said that, I would point out the amendment notes that in addition, I can participate in the exam subject to 2 factors. One, that I'm a resident of the state of Jharkhand. Number 2, I have taken that particular exam either from an adjoining state or I have taken a ctet. Number 3, that I will at the first attempt also qualify the Jharkhand TET. So therefore, the state has
That means they are not treating you eligible as such.
Milos, they are.
Provisional.
Milos,
Number 1. Number 2, you have given the list of amendments.
Yes.
Advertisement.
Yes.
Even the state is not arguing this. There is nothing on record here.
Milos, these are...
Not one was the latest amendment we took place.
Not latest, she has given 6-7 amendments.
Not the Lord, my learned friend.
That is not even the stand of the state.
The extension I argued not up to 6.
Argued? Where is the document on record? Anything?
Not the one document was shown.
One document, not one. She has mentioned how much?
Not that. Lord,
10 extension.
one sheet was given to your lordship to the last
This is what the state is arguing.
Last extension is up to 6th of April.
We have to see all. What are the reasons for extension? When she is arguing. This is not even the stand of the state.
But the stand of the state is to extend it up to 6th of April.
Last is good enough.
No, Lord, I am saying that the list of dates will we are putting it in our note.
List of date is good enough. Mr. Maninder.
Whatever document.
Yesterday when the
See the way the state is assisting the court.
argument was being advanced. Your saying was, last day was 6th of October.
No, not I said that.
Not like this. Please, Mr. Menendez.
I'm not-
We always remember the things well.
I'm not saying.
In the right perspective.
I only had submitted that it's not extended from.
All right, ma'am, please continue.
That's all.
Now, if my lords will turn to the advertisement itself. The advertisement fixed certain qualifications to be attained as of date of the advertisement and for certain qualifications to be attained on the last date of online application. So far as the eligibility is concerned or the ctet qualification is concerned or jtet is concerned, this will form on the last date of the application as per the advertisement. My lords will find the advertisement in the additional documents filed by the petitioners at IA 3446. My lords, it is at page number, the advertisement starts at page 35.
7.
Yes, my lords.
Yes.
Which page?
My lords may turn to page 149.
49.
Yes.
Yes.
My lords, I have put out a tabular chart for your convenience also at page 3, but please turn to the advertisement itself.
Yes.
My lords, page 149, please see the topmost serial number 1. It will be mandatory, my lords have that. May I read? It will be mandatory for candidates to have passed desired minimum educational qualification by last date of receipt of application in the commission. Then the last date of receipt of application is 8th of April 2024. So I have to acquire a qualification which is now stands amended by the rules on 29 January.
Where is that other qualification?
Yes, my lords, please turn to page 150 bottom. This is an experience. And for some purposes, they have done the date of publication, but for this, it is the last date of the application. My lords, page 150 bottom.
Experience would relevant.
My lords,
Purpose of the present case.
no, my lords, I am only showing that the advertisement is conscious on a fact that certain eligibility criteria or requirements are on the date of the application of the advertisement, whereas the purpose of this particular minimum educational qualification or the eligibility is on the last date of the application. My lords, those are two different things. Certain.
Please kindly come to page 138.
Yes, my lords.
Intermediate trained assistant teacher class 1 to 5.
Yes.
Fine.
Yes, my lord.
The last column, minimum educational qualification
Yes.
from institute recognized,
Yes, my lord.
in which the degree has been prescribed.
Yes,
then
my lord.
after or,
And then there is the
then they have added and.
Yes.
So and would be part of the
This.
educational qualification that if we look into like this.
So, my lords,
Then and if we look into like this, then you kindly read one which you are reading.
Yes.
Educational qualification.
yes, my lords.
So kindly read this. This is prescribed. It will be mandatory for the candidate to have purchased the desired minimum educational qualification by the last date of the application
Online
in the commission.
Yes.
In the commission.
Yes.
That is the last date of submission of online application form will be considered as the reference of choice.
Yes, my lord.
If any candidate does not possess the prescribed educational
He'll be considered
qualification,
ineligible.
by this date he shall be considered ineligible.
So, my lords, my submission for your consideration is this. That on
That you have submitted after the extended date,
No.
and the last date of submission of the form
was
is
8th April.
whatever is invited you submitted on that day. If you have on the extended date, then within this clause your qualification must
Yes,
be dated
my
at the
second,
qualified person.
my second limb of that, my lord, there's one more limb to that same argument, which is on 29th January 2024, by virtue of amendment to the rules,
All right, please come to the judgments, ma'am.
yes, so my lords, my
Please kindly
qualification,
come to the judgments.
my
Stay on your point. We have understand factual aspects. Come to the judgment if you want.
so my lords, I also wanted to show that on other aspects they kept the date of the advertisement.
Madam,
This was the last
They
day.
have already given you time.
Yes.
They have, our request is please kindly finish. Within that. We will not carry on this case after lunch.
My lords, I completely understand. Now, my lords, my three.
Like already you have already 20 minutes.
My lords,
That is why we are saying. And no fruitful point has come out by this time. Except to say this advertisement condition.
my lords, there is a legislation. I am on the legislation
We are not
today.
saying anything.
I am on the legislation today. There is a legislation by the state, my lords.
And please give
Today.
it judgments. We will take it.
Yes. Now, my lords, just give me the 3 judgments now. Just take out first Vedant. Give me the judgments now. My lords, I have the judgments which have been set out on my last page. I want the copy of the judgments for the court. Yes. My lords, the first judgment that I wish to place before my lords will be the 2011-12 SCC, page number 85.
All of these advertisements are prior.
In all these cases, my lords, the advertisements were dated prior, and there was a revision that was carried out to the advertisement, and this court held that the advertisement, the exam on the basis of the revisions is valid and can be held. It will not amount to changing the rules of the game.
The question to that effect is, what was the change? Relevance
Yes.
of the change.